Hello, ma'am. Good day. And for today, in this presentation, I would like to present about my assignment, which is making the quantitative research plan based on by using t-tests. And the topic I'm choosing is investigating gender differences in the use of emotional vocabulary in contemporary English novels. So my object is contemporary English novels, and my focus in the gender differences in the use of emotional vocabulary. And let's see. So for the background of my research, so we know that literary texts contain various linguistic features that can be analyzed quantitatively. Based on our examples in the class, we have the sentence length between the female and male authors. It is also about gender, and we can also talk about the grammar error or like how they use certain words or certain tools in writing or in making the literary work. One of interesting feature is emotional vocabulary, which reflects feelings and emotions expressed through language. This is become my topic because I think it's really interesting. And we have some stereotypes about the emotional vocabulary in our society, and I would like to see how it is applied in literary work. And some scholars believe that male and female authors may use emotional expressions differently because we know, as I have said before, we have some stereotypes in our society. Like male and female, they are different in the way they speak, like in terms of ways of speaking. Like we believe that female is like more emotional with their language, with their ways of speaking, while the male, they tend to be more direct. They don't really beat around the bush and get to the point. And some in social linguistic studies, male ways of speaking, they tend to be harsh than women. Women tend to use feelings and soften the way they speak because that's what society expect from them. So therefore, this study aims to investigate whether such differences exist in literary works. It's interesting for me though. And for the research question, I, is there a significant difference in the frequency of emotional vocabulary used in novels written by male and female authors? I'm focusing on the frequency of emotional vocabulary. Next, we have the hypothesis. We have two, the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. For the null hypothesis, there is no significant difference in emotional vocabulary used between male and female authors. So basically, they are the same, or there are no really differences. Like maybe some authors they have their signature ways of writing, but it doesn't have it doesn't it does it it has nothing to do with gender. While the alternative hypothesis, there is a significant difference in emotional vocabulary used between male and female authors. So it has something to do with gender. So whether it will, the results will be like whether the female authors have more like emotional vocabularies than male authors, or we'll see in the results. For my research design, the study uses quantitative comparative designs. As we have talked before, the data will consist of 5 novels written by male authors, 5 novels written by female authors. So the total is 10 novels. And I'm planning to use the contemporary fictions, the one that published between 2000 and 2005. I will choose latter. And yeah, it will be different authors and different titles, of course. And from each novel, approximately 5,000 words will be selected because novels consist of like 20,000 up to 20,000, no, at least 20,000 words. So to limit the data, I'm only choosing 5,000 words per novels. And the frequency of emotional vocabulary will be counted and converted into occurrences per 1,000 words. Per 1,000 words, there will be the data in the table, like how many emotional vocabulary appear, how often they are occur per 1,000 words. So if I'm going with 5,000 words per novels, there will be five data for each novels. And just for the statistical analysis, the study will use an independent sample t-test because, yeah, there are two groups like novels written by male authors, written by female authors. They are separated and they have nothing to do with each other. They do not influence each other and they have no correlation with each other. And the groups are independent. Yeah, they don't have any correlation. It is independent. Yeah, which the novels can do anything they want, like without each other. And the objective is to compare their mean scores. After counting the appearance of the emotional vocabularies, then we will see the mean scores between the male and female authors, which one will have the greater answer, and the significance level will be set at 0.05. This is the basic one for the humanities research. And for the expected results, we have two possible findings, which is include first, a significant difference in emotional vocabulary use between male and female authors, which will reject the uh, null hypothesis, and no significant difference between the two groups, which will accept the null hypothesis. And the finding will help us understand stylistic patterns in literary writing, like whether male and female have different ways in writing. In terms of emotional vocabulary, we will see later in the results. And for the conclusion, to conclude this presentation, this proposed research demonstrates how quantitative methods and statistical analysis can be applied in literary studies in this context. Emotional vocabularies and gender in English novel, particularly in contemporary English novels, and whether the independent samples t-test provides a useful way to compare linguistic features across literary texts. We will use t-test in this one. Yeah. Okay, so that's all from me, ma'am. Thank you so much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.